Hey, what's up expats and travelers alike? I'm Josh.
And I'm Kaylee.
And it's been a while since we've checked in with you guys, so we want to talk to you today about a road trip that we just went on.
Right, so we're temporarily back in the States, and of course we can't sit still, so we decided to road trip. And one of the highlights is we stayed at a couple of the 21C Museum hotels.
That's right. So let's go, let's talk about it.
We highly recommend that you become part of a hotel chain as one of their members so that you can get the great perks that they offer.
So for example, Accor has Le Club and they're going to rebrand into something else. Right now we're talking about summer 2019. At the end of this year or beginning of next year, they're going to rebrand into something called All. But you also have the Hilton Honors and then Marriott Bonvoy. Anyways, all of these hotel reward programs have different tiers, and as you move your way up the tiers, you get better perks, you accumulate points so that you can turn those into free stays or even money off of your bill. Now, the reason that we're with Accor is because we started out traveling a bunch when we were in Europe, and Accor is a French hotel chain, so that's why we ended up there. Accor's presence in North America is not very big, but when we stay in hotels, we really like to try to stay in Accor hotels.
Right, because we get the perks. So when we were on this road trip, we discovered the 21C Museum hotels, which is now part of Accor's boutique collection. So we wanted to check those out, especially because they're really unique.
They've got a really interesting connection. You guys need to check that out. We'll put some links in the description box below. But let's go ahead and talk about the 3 properties that we went to see.
So the first one that we stayed at is in Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee. So we ended up in Nashville, Tennessee because we wanted to see the U.S. men's soccer team play a semifinal match in the 2019 Gold Cup. And we were staying in Nashville at probably one of the best times and then also one of the worst times for hotel prices.
4th of July.
Woo! Cue the fireworks.
So it was really cool because they do 4th of July really big there, and it's
amazing.
Really busy. They do fireworks. The symphony plays music to the fireworks, so it's a great experience, but of course it's super packed.
CMT puts on one big shindig, but hotels in Nashville go out of sight. They just skyrocket. And really Nashville's an expensive market anyways. There aren't quite enough hotels for the amount of people that are wanting to travel there, so they gouge.
Yeah, but the 21C Hotel is in a really great location for walking around downtown, and it's very quiet and tranquil, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, you can get off the beaten path and just kind of relax a bit. They have a really great bar and restaurant that is kind of branded separately. I mean, there's an entrance that you can get into the bar restaurant off the street, so you don't actually have to come through the hotel. So that's really nice.
Yeah, now I think the coolest thing about the 21C Museum hotels is that they're actually museums as well.
Yeah.
So it's modern art, and the installations change. I think they rotate between each other, so you can stay at the same hotel but not always be seeing the same art.
Yeah, one of the things they talk about is how you can sleep with art.
Another great thing for all you dog lovers is they allow dogs.
True. Something that really made an impression on us was as soon as we pulled up, we were greeted. We were greeted by a valet person. That person was very attentive to our needs, not having any idea of whatever status we had, whatever connection we had to Accor. We were just, 4 people coming off the street, and they were ready and willing to help us out, which was amazing. Something that Kalie has said is that they staff or hire extremely well, and it's a characteristic that we saw throughout all the properties that we visited.
Yeah, the main thing that I noticed is that the people really seem to love their jobs. They love being there. They love talking about the art, the quirkiness of the different installations. It was really nice, pleasant experience to be around people who enjoyed their work.
True. As a part of being an Accor member, we also got an amenities bag. And in this bag, they had Gulu clusters, which are made in Nashville. And that was so awesome to get. You can get free waters across the course of your stay. Just go down to the front desk and ask them for a bottle of water. And you get drinks coupons. So if you are silver status or higher, you get welcome drinks. And that was like up to a $20 value on 2 drinks. great deal.
Yeah, you can choose cocktails or whatever you would like. So it's actually a really good deal. Again, why you should be part of a rewards program because of the perks.
They reward you.
Now, I think my favorite part of all the 21C hotels, and then starting with the Nashville one, is the penguins.
Yeah, you will see these iconic penguins all over the 21C hotels. And guess what? They're live.
They are really cool. So they're like these life-size penguins, and each hotel
They're bigger than life-size.
Well, they're not as tall as me, but close.
But normal penguins aren't as tall as you.
Some are. The king penguins, I think they're...
Are they?
Emperor penguins, I think, are pretty tall. Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those.
They're really tall. Anyway, so what's really cool about these is each 21C hotel has their own penguin and it's their own color. But the penguins move around, not by themselves, but the staff will move them in funny places. So like the elevator door will open and all of a sudden, bam, there's a penguin there. Or you open your room door and in the morning, there's a penguin there. So they do a lot of fun things with the penguins. They've done a really good job of incorporating that into the ethos of the hotel.
That's absolutely right. It is very interactive, and guess what? You guys can play along too. You can move the penguins around. They don't discriminate. You can move them around, and you should, especially if you're traveling with friends. If it's their first time staying at a 21 and you have experience staying there, trick them with the penguins.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We were in Nashville for 3 nights and then we moved on. And actually we weren't planning on staying at any of the other 21C museum hotels, but we love the one in Nashville so much that on our way back towards the East Coast, we decided to stop in certain cities just so we could stay at those hotels.
Yeah, so we ended up popping into Kansas City, and they have a property there which is kind of downtown near the Power and Light District, and this property was also really nice, and the front desk was very good. They were very interested in the property itself, and they knew the area really well.
It had a different art installation compared to Nashville, so you could just walk around, you can get a drink, and just peruse at your own leisure and look at the different art.
Which we did. And you know what? We got a really great upgrade when we were there. We were in a king suite, I believe it was. And I think that was my favorite room. The layout was just so nice.
We had a bedroom and it was very quiet in the corner area.
Bathroom was absolutely incredible.
I think something that I really liked was the restaurant. It's a little dark, but it was, I thought, done really well.
Yeah, it was almost like being in an abbey, right? Like church pews and all.
I guess. It was like big booths, but I like the dark...
Not church pews, but...
Like the big booths were wooden, so I guess you could see what that feel would be. And maybe like how it is kind of dark, but I thought it was done really well. Not so dark where it's like I can't read my menu, but where it's just kind of relaxing, I guess.
All of these properties have a unique layout to the building that they're in. They're not cookie cutter at all. So you'll have a unique experience wherever you go. In this case, we had the same penguin, but it was a different color.
And the building used to be a bank, so they left some of those like teller bars available by the elevator. You could see where the mail chute used to be, where they just would throw the mail down to get all the way down to the basement.
Yeah, it's not where they shoot mails.
So I really liked how they keep character of the actual building in these different hotels.
So we stayed there, and then we also decided to take off and go towards Lexington, Kentucky. I shouldn't really say take off and go towards Lexington, Kentucky. We stopped in Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington, Kentucky is where they have another 21C. We bypassed Louisville because the prices of Louisville were a little too high, more than we wanted to pay. So we saw that Lexington was pretty reasonable, and we stopped there.
And again, penguins.
Penguins.
Same type, different color.
Lexington was the best upgrade that we received by far, as both of the rooms that we had booked were upgraded. So on my account, I have a status. On Kalie's account, she doesn't have a status, but we were able to get all 4 people in similar accommodations, but in 2 rooms.
Again, the location was great. Downtown, easy to walk places.
Speaking of easy to walk places, you're a couple blocks away from Rupp Arena, so if you're going to Lexington and you want to catch a UK basketball game, it's right there, or maybe if they're doing some concerts there. And then you're also just a couple of blocks away from more historical homes. There's also Mary Todd Lincoln's house, and you can go take a tour of that. Very, very cool little area of Lexington. I didn't expect Lexington to be kind of that quaint and cool. I thought it was going to be a bit bigger and more city-like. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's very easy to walk around.
Yeah, you're right. Even for dog lovers, people that are traveling with their pets, I think that that hotel is really, really good to bring your pet, because that's one where you can just leave the front door and you're near grassy areas. Maybe 1 block away, I think it was, there was a little park.
Kansas City, also just like Nashville, allows you to have dogs. So that's great for people who travel with their dogs.
All right, so let's wrap it up here. Rank your 3.
Ooh, that's tough.
And why?
Yeah, okay. So I think my favorite was probably Nashville. I'm going to go with Nashville was the first one. I think because of the vibe of the hotel, the restaurant, the type of art that was there. They had a couple interactive things, which was fun. And the room was also nice. So I'm going to go Nashville first. Second, I think I'm going to go with Kansas City, and that's a tough one because I thought the art was better in Lexington. The Kansas City art was a little weird, but I liked the restaurant in Kansas City, and we had a really big room, a really nice room. That upgrade was really good. So Lexington comes in third, but it's just right behind Kansas City because one thing that I think that moves it down is they didn't seem to move the penguins as much in Lexington as they did the other two. Kansas City was really good with the penguins, so I think that's what edges them into second. And you?
Like Kalie said, this is really difficult. Actually, it's really, really difficult. We spent 3 nights in Nashville, so maybe that kind of sways things. We got a more complete experience there. But I do think that that's my favorite as well. I think that it's extremely well staffed. Now, I will say this. The Nashville hotel was double, maybe 2.5 times the price of the other 2 hotels. So, I don't know. I'm still going to go with overall experience. Number 1 is Nashville. Number 2, this one is difficult because of the sleep quality that I had when we were in Lexington was amazing. But the room in Kansas City was amazing.
Right.
I'm going to let price win out, and I'm going to say number 1, Nashville, number 2, Kansas City, and number 3, Lexington, Kentucky. But I would actually stay in all 3 of them again. Yeah,
definitely. Again, staff's great, vibe is really cool. It's just very unique because there's art there and they're all different and they're very trendy. So we would definitely recommend going to the 21C Museum hotels.
Absolutely. And there are several more that are popping up and also in this area. We're going to list those below so you guys can see the other locations that have 21C hotels, and we're also going to try to check those out. And if we do, we'll make another video for you guys.
And we want to know if you've stayed at a 21C hotel and what you think about it, and give us your top 3 in order.
Did you love it? Would you give it a miss? Let us know.
Also, let us know what you thought of the penguins.
Go Penguins.
Bye.
See ya.